When is it not?
You're right.
When is it not worked out?
You're right. Control the controllables.
Control the controllables.
Y'all already know I watch Love Island games. I'm sorry to keep y'all waiting. I'm so sorry, but yes, best believe I'm here to talk about it. Now, I'm not doing my regular recap. I mainly want to talk about Justine and Jack. Spoiler alert, yes, Justine and Jack won Love Island games. And I'm super proud of Justine. The reason why she wins Love Island constantly is because she's just a genuine soul. She's a kind-hearted person. Good things happen to good people. So I basically wanted to talk about them specifically because since the show had ended, everyone likes to, you know, put their 2 cents in about Justine and Jack's relationship, how genuine it is, whether Jack is actually into Justine, which fair enough, it makes sense why people are concerned, especially Justine fans, because you know we've been riding with Justine and Cely since 2020 during their season of USA season 2, and we saw what happened with Justine and Caleb. You know, Caleb, if y'all don't know, Caleb did have a girlfriend back at home while he was, you know, playing a game trying to win the 100K. And he basically just fooled Justine and fooled everyone else in America. And because of that, there was a huge smear campaign against him. And he deserved it, to be quite honest. But, you know, I'm over it. But I'm still a little irritated that it happened because he decided to play a huge game and play Justine. Not only did, you know, Justine question whether Jack was being genuine, whether this was a genuine connection, we're all questioning it along with her as well because we are traumatized, especially Black women who watched that season of Love Island. We are so traumatized by what had happened between Justine and Caleb that we can't even accept the fact that there could potentially be someone for Justine in that Love Island villa who is not playing any games, who is actually attracted to her, who actually likes her and cares about her. We are so traumatized. However, must we constantly question every Black woman's relationship from Love Island? Why are we always questioning whether the man is actually attracted to their Black partner, who happens to be, you know, a Black woman partner? So I wanted to mainly talk about this. Not so much do a recap on the series, but if you guys want me to do a recap on the series, comment below, I definitely will. But yeah, just wanted to talk about this. Like, this is a real open conversation. Please make sure you leave your comments down below. Also subscribe, like girl, subscribe, because you know I love me some Love Island. So yeah, for those who don't know, like the difference between Love Island and Love Island games. So Love Island games, they're pulling all-star islanders from all across the globe, bringing them back to the villa for a second chance to find love. But except we're not necessarily focusing on the love aspect of the show. They're mainly focusing on the game aspect in which, you know, they're all fighting to win $100,000, and whichever couple, you know, makes it to the end, wins the most challenges, blah, 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 they will win $100,000. So this time the Islanders aren't, you know, focused on finding love. That's not really the point of the show, but if that happens, then like that's just an added bonus. But it's really like people can be here to play games and no one will look at them crazy for playing those games, because that's the point of the show. The jury should have taken notes on that point because they thought they were on Love Island, another Love Island season. Spoiler alert, Justine and Jack did end up winning the season of Love Island games, mainly because they clearly had a genuine bond, genuine connection since literally day one. Even though like in that first episode, they both had that conversation where they were like, look, we're here for the games first, and then whatever happens, happens. You know, later down the season, you do see that they fall more and more in like with each other. However, they do, you know, obviously set the tone in which like, we're just having fun for the time being. We're just gonna enjoy each other's company now, because obviously, elephant in the room, Justine lives in LA, Jack lives in London. So, you know, obviously it's not going to be an easy situation for them to just become boyfriend and girlfriend right off the bat, you know, if they were on a regular season of Love Island. Since this is Love Island Games, everyone's international, the relationships, they're going to be much more difficult to navigate, especially, you know, when you live in different countries. So they already understood that from the jump. On top of that, they both understood that they were here for the games. So because they were both level-headed in that sense, where it was just like, they cannot be naive about the situation, they cannot, you know, move in together, blah blah blah, they already knew that wasn't going to happen. So they already set those boundaries in place where, you know, I'm going to be open throughout the game, but like we're still each other's and we're going to win this together. They set that boundary with each other. But then, you know, towards the end of the season, you do see their connection grow even stronger, to the point where they're like, yeah, we're just going to be closed off because we don't really like anyone as much as we like each other. And then plus, we think we can win this game with each other. It just so happened to work out in their favor perfectly, to be honest. Despite all those conversations that were had, people are still questioning whether Jack is being genuine towards Justine. Very confusing because, like I just said, they've had several conversations about this. We've seen it. So I'm kind of confused as to why are we still having this conversation? Why are we still confused as to whether or not Jack likes Justine? Why is this a conversation? Every single time. It got to the point when even the Islanders, who were a part of Love Island Games, you know, when they all came back as a jury in the last episode and kind of just went in on Justine and Jack, constantly insinuating that Jack wasn't as into Justine as Justine is into Jack.
Bath, how people were saying how genuine and how well and how loyal Johnny had been when he had been with like 4 girls in there. And that's no beef towards Johnny, it's just like, I don't understand the mindset, or I don't get it.
Even Zeta said, girl, take the money and run. She like released a blog post saying Jack was flirting with me or telling me that he was open. So therefore I did, and I saw how much Justine was into Jack, so I just let it slide. I just, you know, I took a step back, blah, blah, blah. Even Lisa putting her 2 cents in, saying that Jack is not into Justine. Jack is playing a huge game. It's just like, duh, it's Love Island Game. He hasn't shown us once that he was playing Justine in that way. So like, where is this coming from? But you know from Lisa where that's coming from. Lisa couldn't stand that Curtis was into Justine more than he was into Lisa. She couldn't stand that. She couldn't stand being second to a Black woman. It's very frustrating for me, you know, as a Black woman watching Love Island and just seeing how, you know, not only do the stands react, but, you know, other Islanders react. We're constantly seeing that Black women, like whenever they're with someone, it's always like, oh, do they actually like them? Oh, are they actually being genuine? This isn't even only the case with Justine. This has happened literally season 10 with Catherine and Scott. Scott actually liked Catherine at the time. I don't know. Scott is a little weird right now. I don't know about him. I don't know. I'm iffy about him. Sometimes I like him, sometimes I don't. But yeah, for instance, like the entire cast, everybody was like questioning how genuine Scott's feelings were. It was just very random. Also with Whitney and Locken, I'm seeing all the fans like, oh yeah, no, Locken doesn't really like Whitney. Locken does not. Bruh, how long has it been since the season ended and they're still together and thriving and looking happier than ever? And people are just like, yeah, Locken he's not attracted to Whitney. Why is it that we're constantly questioning whether these white men, these white passing men, are attracted to their Black partners? Why is that the case? Could it be because of what happens between Justine and Caleb? Okay, that makes sense. But like, when is enough enough? When are we gonna move on from that? It's okay to move on from it. You know, that affected me. you know, as a diehard Love Island fan, that affected me. However, it's like, when are we gonna move on? Like, let's not always just assume that every guy that these black women date are just not genuine. Let's not assume that. So what happens now when Justine and Jack decide like to go separate ways? No hard feelings whatsoever. They just decide, look, it's not working out. We're too far from each other, but we can still be friends. What happens then? Are y'all gonna go and turn on Jack now? I'm seeing he's getting a lot of love and support right now on his Instagram. But what happens when they both decide it's just not working out because of the distance and they just cannot bother with the long distance? Are y'all gonna turn on Jack? Are we gonna all just decide to hate on Jack after that? Like, come on, we cannot constantly do this. Like, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Like, I want to see if, God forbid, it's the case where like Justine and Jack don't work out, or even like Whitney and Locken, they don't work out. God forbid that be the case. Are y'all gonna turn on Locken and Jack? Even if they didn't even do anything? We don't need to have like the perfect love story come out of this. Like, this was a fun ride. I'm happy that they brought the entertainment this month, along with, you know, Cely and EL. They brought the entertainment this season, and I'm rooting for them so hard because I do honestly think they fit each other well. Like, they look so good together. I hope that they last, but if they don't, it's okay. It is okay. Unless he does her dirty, it is okay. Yeah, that's all I had to say on that. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, what do you think about just black women on Love Island, people constantly questioning their relationships on and whether these men are being genuine or not? I want to hear your opinions on it, because I just find it just annoying at this point. Like, we can't just have fun with a couple without us just being stressed out that, you know, a black woman is gonna get played by this biracial or white passing man. Like, I just want to have fun watching a show, for like watching a Love Island couple with a black woman for once. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like this video and subscribe to your girl Brandy for more Love Island content, more reality TV content. I will post more, I promise. It's just life. It's life in right now, bruv. Bye. Subscribe.